Imagine sneaking through a government building, dodging guards, and hacking a machine that tracks every move you make. That's exactly what Nicolas and Eddie are up against in this thrilling chapter. I'm here with you today, and we're diving into the heart-pounding climax of The Mark.
I can't get over how tense that scene is. So, listeners, today we're unraveling how Nicolas and Eddie risk everything to free themselves and others from the machine. We'll cover Nicolas's clever infiltration, Eddie's split-second decisions, the emotional stakes with Nicolas's father, and those deeper Alice in Wonderland references. Ready for a wild ride?
Absolutely. We'll also talk about the epigraph's meaning, the puppet wire imagery, and how these characters change each other. Let's kick things off with how Nicolas gets everyone inside. So, Nicolas doesn't just walk into the headquarters. He carefully avoids anyone who might recognize him, even passing his father's office. That moment, hearing his dad desperately searching for him, really struck me.
It's heartbreaking, actually. Bartholomew is frantic, stuck in limbo while waiting for a ransom demand. Nicolas feels the weight of his father's agony, but he pushes through. It's almost like he puts his mission above his own emotions, which tells us a lot about his character.
And in a way, it shows how the whole family is caught up in this web of control by the machine, by fear, and by love. It sets the stage for the risks Nicolas is willing to take inside that room. Once they reach the machine, Nicolas sets off the fire alarm, creating chaos so the building empties. I love how he uses the confusion to get Juliet's list of names people she wants to help and starts declaring them as deceased.
It's brilliant. Each time a name is deleted, the mark disappears, and that person is suddenly free. Nicolas learned this from watching his father erase records, which is such a twist using the knowledge for good rather than control. But it's tense, because the Locusts are searching the hallways at the same time.
That actually reminds me of how Eddie has to improvise under pressure. Let's talk about her tactics, because she's a master at keeping calm when everything's falling apart. Eddie's not just brave, she's smart. When the Locusts arrive, she pretends to clean the floor, using a mask of stupidity to fool them. It's almost performance art, the way she stays as close to the truth as possible while still buying time.
Her tactics are a mix of delay, diversion, and subtle lying. For example, she admits Nicolas is in the building, but frames it in a way that keeps suspicion off their real mission. It's fascinating how she balances honesty with deception, almost like she's walking a tightrope.
And during all this, Nicolas distracts the Locusts, giving Eddie the crucial minute she needs to finish erasing names. Their teamwork is what really keeps the plan afloat. Earlier in the book, Eddie promises to wipe out my father and my sister. At first, it sounds like a threat, but here she kills them only in the machine, declaring them dead and erasing her own record.
That moment is powerful. She feels relief, like a puppet wire has snapped, which ties back to the imagery of Xavier's controlled figures. It's not murder, it's freedom, breaking from the system that's been pulling her strings since childhood.
And by erasing her own name, she's finally deciding her fate for herself. The machine only records the life she's lived up to now, nothing more. But there's still a sense that the story isn't totally finished. What's really interesting here is how the chapter uses the Alice in Wonderland motif. Eddie describes fatemates as if they've fallen down the rabbit hole, unsure if it's a dream or nightmare. It's a way of expressing the uncertainty and surreal nature of their world.
That motif shows up visually too, like when Eddie and Nicolas descend the stairs in the Justice and Peace building, as if they're entering another reality. And it's not just Alice, it echoes the Matrix, with breaks from reality and a hope that everything is just illusion.
Plus, the relationships shift. Juliet's attitude toward Larissa, for example, evolves from distant to protective. She even wishes for Larissa's freedom. Nicolas and Eddie change each other, moving from uncertainty to genuine connection. Let's wrap up with some key takeaways. First, Nicolas and Eddie's courage and cleverness show how resistance can work from inside a system. Second, using deception and quick thinking, they navigate intense crises. Third, the chapter's allusions, like Alice and puppet wires, deepen the story's themes of reality and control.
If you're reading The Mark, try reflecting on how characters break free both physically and emotionally. One concrete step: jot down the moments where a character makes their own choices and think about how those moments shape the outcome.
Thanks for joining us for this breakdown. Next episode, we'll dive into what happens after the machine and how freedom changes everything. Until then, stay curious and keep questioning the world around you.